You know, this site was dominated by cars. It was quite bizarre. We got 4 buildings, and in the middle of it was the car park. So cars were moving in and out all day, and students were second place to the cars.
What do you normally do out here?
Nothing.
We don't stand up. You can go away.
There's nothing keeping, so you don't. So we just stand around and do nothing basically.
What do you use it for at the moment?
Just hanging around.
There's nowhere else to go, so...
Yeah, we just stand here.
In the future, what would you like to use the courts for?
Seats.
Yeah,
seating area like there maybe.
Yeah,
seating area.
Yeah.
On that bit there.
Yeah, move back a bit. Pass it through. Everyone get one great line out to the playground and just pass it along. What's that? Keep going. Stand there. Bye.
Loosen it.
Hello, there's a hole.
Haven't you? Alright.
You know, they've got the freedom to be able to move it around themselves at will and do what they want to do, rather than the fixed basketball post, the fixed football post and things like that, because there's only really one activity that they'll ever come up with for those things. So it's created that freedom, it's created the comforts, because they can sit in a different way, they can use things in a different. I mean, it's not just comfort in terms of nice soft, you know, lounge suites and things like that, but they feel comfortable with each other.
You can sit on the ground or lay on it. You can just be comfy, just sat on the ground.
I think the initial thing is we're having carpets outside. The kids were outside. It's not going to work, and they're getting wet and stuff. But it hasn't been a problem. It's been fine.
Well, I really like it because I've got something to do, and instead of just sitting around.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot more fun to have these around here because it's just something to do, really.
I like this better because it's more fun and there's more room for everybody to do something than just a group of people who used to stand around there.
To like hang out here with all your friends instead of, and like you can all just meet up here and everything instead of like having to look around the whole school for them. And they also bring out the canteen out here, which is even better. So you don't have more queues in the canteen.
It's about the fact you can move it, you can shift it. It's not fixed. And it is, I come back to the experimentation bit. Again, they're not looking at it from an experimentation point of view. When they move out there, they pick something up because they want to do something with it. They might not have decided beforehand what it was, but something instantaneously causes them to do something. Somebody else does something else which might make them shift, or it might make them, you know, and then things start to merge together and different things come out of it. But there's no planned idea. Because the facilities are flexible, then every situation can be different. So every day will be different, so every reaction is different, and they're not performing the same old bits. Again, there's the blocks that are being moved around by students who want to do different things with them. And there's groups of students who are sat, some are actually in the middle, you see, they're all sat facing inwards. And here we've got some sat facing outwards, so they're actually sitting in the most comfortable position for them. Rather than what is there. You know, you've got a bench, you've got to sit on the bench with the back on it and face wherever that bench is fixed. Whereas this can actually move around. The accessibility on the site is quite bizarre. We've got lots of open space, but actually everyone's funneled through certain areas. So at the far end, the whole school would go through something like a 6-foot gap. What we've done is we've created spaces in the hedging now where people can flow at different places. And actually bits of the site that never get used are now being used. So it's again opening all sorts of things up.
Yeah, so we have to go through here. We have no other choice. Well, that's it.
Like I said, there's a group of girls who've never been out of the library at lunchtimes in 18 months, 2 years. We're out there for the first time ever because there was something to do, and something to interact with, and something they could shape. It wasn't a fixed item that they had to perform in a certain way with. There's some students there who've been working on a social skills programme with us, Never interacted with anybody. In fact, the only interaction has been negative. It's been shouting and screaming and accusations and all sorts of things, and yet they're out there playing.
Well, I normally go to my science room and either read because I've got nothing to do. Usually.
I go like to my next lesson because there's nothing really much to do. So yeah.
There are a lot of pupils involved in the project who've got specific behavioural difficulties and specific learning difficulties and very specific special needs. And these are pupils who've been involved some of them right from the word go with the planning process of the project, right up until the day and the week and executing the project. Just watching those pupils out there today, socialising with each other, interacting with each other. These pupils who are quite often in trouble at school and excluded from lessons because they can't mix with other pupils and they can't join in. It's been really interesting to see them socialising, joining in, working together as a team, and just playing out there. It's been fantastic.
So do you think using objects like this is helpful?
Definitely. Anything making it real with maths is key. It's really, really useful because they see it in a textbook and they're like, what's the point of this? Why do we need to do this? That's such a common question. Why do we need to do this? What's the point of it in real life? But seeing it like this and seeing solid things and seeing it working outside, I think really makes a difference. So.
Being creative outside is easier because you've got everybody involved. It's nobody's space. Individual classrooms are. I'm hoping that we'll be able to move that experimental feel into classrooms.
Right, should we go around and see what like that?
Right.
Yes, please.
Really? Yes. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's very sweet.
No, it's only on the right knee. Lovely.
The idea of experimentation now is massive, absolutely massive. It's anything. Try it. Just anything is there. Don't shut it down by having preconceived ideas as an adult. We've lost the imagination as adults because we've been going through particular routes. You know, we think we know what imagination is, but look, watch the kids, and then we know what imagination is.